Don't forget the Duke of Earle Homecoming to Jamaica coming up on September 17th to the 21st, 5 days and 4 nights. All inclusive for just $2,000. Don't forget that's only for hotel and other stuff, no airfare. And don't forget too that you have the party cruise, you have the big bar, and we have the dance parties. Check it out. Don't forget Sunrise Police Department and the City of Sunrise Community Resource Fair, sponsored by Memorial Healthcare System. Don't forget they're having a big function coming up on March 7, 2026 from 11 until 2 p.m. at the City Park, 6600 Sunset Strip. Great community resources, free food, rides, K9 demonstration, food distribution, first come, first serve, walkthrough, farms, share. Don't forget, be a part of it. Visit the City of Sunrise .gov, that's sunrise.florida.gov/fair. The big fair, lots of stuff. Don't forget the date, March 7th, 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. I'm going to be there, so make sure you check them out and be a part of it. Lots of entertainment, lots of food, lots of giveaway. Make sure you get there and be a part of it. All right, the Duke will be there too. What's on your mind for tonight? You know, we have lots of stuff to talk about as usual when I get here. So make sure you can stay with me. Still waiting to hear from the police department in Sunrise, so maybe good thing, all right, about this, the light that you people complaining about. Anyway, we have lots of stuff to talk about tonight, so let me get straight into it because you know time is limited. I know people putting me on the spot to say it is too short. I don't want to put anybody else, but they want to put Duke on it. I don't know why, but that's what they are doing, all right? And going there. Well, let me kick it off with the first one that I want to talk about. You know what's been happening about the statement made by the Prime Minister. But both Prime Minister there and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, say they held a positive bilateral talk on the sideline of the 50th CARICOM. Remember the CARICOM head of state meeting that they have? Yes. Both the Prime Minister and Mr. Rubio have a good conversation on what is happening. So I don't know, you know, what is happening, why we have Mr. Gimenez making a statement. They've been held a discussion on Wednesday, and they said the discussion was positive according to the Prime Minister. The talks reaffirmed the Prime Minister the strong and historic ties between Jamaica and the United States, and they share commitment to working together to benefit for the benefit of their citizens. And this sentiment was echoed by Mr. Rubio. So I'm going to go to Mahari Short, who will give you a full report of what happened. And Mahari Short is report in nationwide.
Following the sit-down, Prime Minister Holness posted on social media describing the discussions as productive. According to him, the talks reaffirmed the strong and historic ties between Jamaica and the United States and their shared commitment to working together for the benefit of their citizens. Those sentiments were echoed by Secretary Rubio. He posted photos of himself and Prime Minister Holness speaking at the meeting with the caption, quote, "America first does not mean America alone. The Trump administration looks forward to furthering our collaboration with our Caribbean colleagues for the benefit of both the American people and their citizens." End quote. The congeniality between Holness and Rubio is in stark contrast to the tense words issued by U.S. Congressman Carlos Jimenez. Writing on X, Jimenez warned that Jamaica would face the consequences for Prime Minister Holness's words on the ongoing U.S. economic action against Cuba. Holness, in his address at the opening ceremony of CARICOM, called for increased dialogue between the U.S. and Cuba to end the humanitarian crisis taking place in the country due to a U.S. edict which forbids countries from selling oil to the Caribbean nation. Jimenez did not state what those consequences would be, but Secretary Rubio, in his meeting with the CARICOM leaders, stated that one of the goals of the Trump administration is to facilitate investment opportunities for Caribbean countries to make the region more attractive. He praised countries in the region for already beginning to make efforts to diversify their economies.
That's very good because you have the hair there. But you know, politicians are like that, you know, politicians complain at times. But what can we do? But as the Prime Minister, there's a different views. Prime Minister said different opinion shared by CARICOM leaders do not signify a breakdown in the organization unity. He was responding to the question about the harmony of CARICOM at the end of the 50th regular head government meeting in St. Kitts. And during his address at the office, Mr. Prasad Besasar declared that the Twin Island Republic would no longer bind itself to the region's political ideologies. So there's a different views from different people. And this is what the Prime Minister went further to say. So let me get all of them going for you.
I suspect the conventional view of Caribbean community would be that the regional institutions function in unison and that there is commonality of purpose amongst all the countries and all the leaders. But I think members of the community should come to the understanding that we are existing in a different political reality. Optionality is important. You want to have a wide policy space where persons may take different positions based upon different interests, but that doesn't mean that the organization cannot function. We are all aspiring to get to heaven, but we live here where there is conflict, where there are differences, and we have to get used to it. There's no sanitized view and perspective. This is real politics and real life in which there will be differences of opinion. It is how we come together, committed to the ultimate principles, with respect and deference to each other, and then we come to solutions. And I think that this CARICOM meeting has led us in this way.
Clearly here the Prime Minister, how he expressed himself clearly, without any doubt. And the former United States Ambassador to Jamaica, Luis Moreno, has dismissed a silly suggestion that Jamaica could face penalties from the U.S. over what Dr. Andrew Onis said about Cuba. He said, I think it's silly. I don't think anyone would go for that. Responding on Thursday to past Onis shared an X feature in his conference address. He said, I have to condemn this. I find it lamentable that the JLP would cover up for the moribund dictatorship in Cuba when the Castro regime repeatedly intervened in Jamaica politics to exacerbate partisan tension and undermine the JLP, referring to the ruling of Jamaica Labour Party, which Onis lead. And don't forget that Moreno was the ambassador from 2015 to 2017. And he said, no, this is silly. And he said he have all confidence in the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Just different views among people. And Trinidad opposition senator slammed Ms. Besasar's comment on CARICOM summit, which he had a right. Anybody have a right can say something. Opposition Senator Dr. Amory Brown has criticized Prime Minister Kamala Besasar's remarks at the opening of CARICOM Head of Government Summit. At the press conference following the opening, Dr. Brown said the Prime Minister had a poor showing. Let me go over to hear what Mr. Brown personally said, if I can find it. Hope I can find it.
Many persons were left with a deep sense of shame. The Prime Minister was incoherent. She was disorganized, at times rambling considerably. And the remarks that she presented compared very poorly to everything else that was delivered on that CARICOM stage. There were other remarks by Prime Minister Holness of Jamaica, which were very measured and in keeping with regional diplomacy. The same applies to Prime Minister Drew, the host Prime Minister Friday of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the President of Suriname. So Trinidad and Tobago stood out like a sore thumb on this occasion. And the Prime Minister seemed genuinely unprepared and unfit for this particular delivery. Just at the start, when she arrived, she seemed to have confused the fact that this was not the 50th anniversary of CARICOM. She referred to the occasion as such. In fact, the 50th anniversary of CARICOM was celebrated right here in Trinidad and Tobago in 2023. And this same Kamala Prasad-Isasa, as leader of the opposition then, opposed the hosting of the 50th anniversary celebration. So she went there confused about that.
Sean Adams, good night to you. You know, now that we finished with that, just open the line for you. But, you know, I've been watching a situation in Tallahassee. And remember yesterday I mentioned about it, that, I think it was last night, that it seems that we don't have any politician representing our community in Tallahassee. Because there's a lot of things happening and we don't know, you know. And I noticed that the Republican pushed through a bill, I think it is yesterday, yes, where they want to stop the Broad County or all the counties in Florida State to tax people who finish pay for their house and cut that tax that they have. That means for you who own your house, still paying tax on it. The governor wants that to be out. Or if not out, the fee must be lower. And they are trying to, and I think they have 80 Republicans voted to pass that bill. And I think 30 Democrats go with them to get it going, while some people did not support it. So we might get a tax break coming up. Are they going to put it on the bill or as an amendment coming up in November? But I can tell you that it passed the House yesterday, and we're hoping that for people who are paying this big money on taxes, land tax that you pay every year, if it goes as what I read and what the governor wants for people paying taxes, it will be a good day. But the cities and the counties are complaining that if they should give this tax break, who's going to account for paying schools, police? That's what they are complaining about, the hospital. But they are saying there's enough there that can take care of that. So we hope that we can hear something from our elected officials in Tallahassee, which are hard to come by. We can't hear from them. Either they're not coming out to talk to the public, tell us what is happening, but the bill did pass. So whether we're going to look out for it to vote on it, I would love to vote on that one. So watch out. It is coming. I know the Senate give the governor the break. I know they vote for it. I'm trying to get more detail about it. And I hope that next week, by Monday or so, I'll have something concrete to talk about. Where's our elected official we have in Tallahassee? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? They are lost. Understand me? So we hope that I will get more information to pass on to you. But it will be a good day for people who are paying this observant taxes on their house so much, myself included, because I'm paying so much for taxes every year, over $3,000 a year. That's a lot of money on taxes. So, hope that it will work out for Broward County, and the governor is hell bent. And he want that. I think the governor's last term, he want that in his name to make sure he get it going. So people watch out for that tax break. And we're going to put our elected official in Tallahassee on the fire, because they're not telling us anything that is happening. Don't forget the big community resource fair coming up on March 7th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. City Park, 6600 Sunset Strip. In a free event, great community resources, free food, ride, K9 demonstration, food distribution. Gonna be a farm share out there. Make sure that you people get out there and be a part of it. You're gonna hear more next week, tomorrow night and next week, all of next week. So make sure you get the bouncers gonna be there. Kids gonna be there. So make sure you bring the kid. Anyway, it's your time. 954-792-1170, 305-948-1170. And again, I want to tell you, I love to hear when the Prime Minister speak, because he's a man don't afraid to speak. And many a times he speak, they're not right, have anything right down to talk about, him just say it out time head. So, pay attention, people. Jamaica. Have you ever now that is reggae, we're talking about reggae man and our culture. If you can find another culture rich like ours, something wrong. And I said this to somebody yesterday, that Jamaica national anthem, it's a prayer, It's a prayer. All right? It's everything you can think about. So I hope we start to teach our young people that our national anthem is a song. Eternal Father is a biblical thing. Bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand.